Assalamualaikum dear students. Hope that you all will be fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. It is me Tahra Bashir from KPS School Unisoo. I welcome you all to this class. Today we are going to read out the poem The Bangle Sellers, which is on page 56 of your textbook. So let's start today's topic, The Bangle Sellers by Sarojini Naidu. Before going through the poem, I will give you the introduction of the poet Sarojini Naidu. Sarojini Naidu is an Indian poet and politician. Sarojini Naidu was an Indian poet, as well as she was politician. Sarojini Naidu was an Indian poet as well as politician. She was born in Hyderabad. On 13th February 1879, and she died on 2nd March 1949. Do remember this. Sarojini Naidu, an Indian poet as well as politician, was born in Hyderabad on 13th February 1879 and died on 2nd March 1949. She was also called the Nightingale of India. Nightingale of India. Sarojini Naidu was also called Nightingale of India. As Naidu's poetry includes both children's poems and other written or more serious themes, including patriotism, romance, tragedy. In the bazaars of Hyderabad, it's the name of her poem. Actually, it's the name of the poem, but it was published in London in the form of book. Published in 1912, but in the form of book. Actually, it was the name of the poem which was published in London in the form of book. So it was the most popular poem of Sarojini Naidu. Okay? So come to the point. It was all about the introduction. So we will go through the poem. Bangle sellers are we who bear our shining loads to the temple fair, who will buy these delicate, bright, rainbow-tinted circles of light, lustrous tokens of radiant lives for happy daughters and happy wives. Some are meet for maiden's wrist, silver and blue as mountain mist. Some are flushed like the birds that dream on the tranquil brow of a woodland stream. Some are aglow with the bloom that cleaves to the limpid glory of newborn leaves. Some are like fields of sunlit corn, meet for a bride on her bridal morn. Some like the flame of her marriage fire, or rich with the hue of her heart's desire. Tinkling, luminous, tender and clear, like her bridal laughter and bridal tear. Some are purple and gold-flecked grey, for she who has journeyed through life midway, whose hands are cherished, whose love has blessed, and cradled fierce sons on her faithful breast, and serves her household in fruitful pride, and worships the god at her husband's side. So, the poem Bangle Sellers is the poem in which the poet explores the life of Indian woman. The poet explores the life of Indian woman, Indian culture, tradition, revolving around the woman. Sarojini Naidu describes each stage of an Indian woman with a color that is suitable. That is suitable. The poem shows the life of an Indian woman from a dreamy maiden to an excited bride and then to be a faithful wife. So, come to the first stanza. Bangle sellers are we who bear our shining loads to the temple fair. Who will buy these delicate, bright, rainbow-tinted circles of light, lustrous tokens of radiant lives for happy daughters and happy wives? In first stanza, the bangle sellers are introduced at the start of the poem. They are present at the temple fair to make a trade for their bangles. They also enumerate the qualities like delicate, bright. These are the qualities of bangles. Delicate means easily breakable. Which can be easily broken. Easily breakable. Okay. So these are the qualities of bangles which these bangle sellers are enumerating. So they urge the people, they force the people. These bangle sellers are forcing the people to buy them for their daughters and wives. Okay, are you getting? So come to the next stanza. Some are meet for maiden's wrist, silver and blue as the mountain mist. Some are flushed like the buds that dream on the tranquil bow of woodland stream. Some are aglow with the bloom that cleaves to the limpid glory of newborn leaves. In the second stanza, it showcases different kinds of bangles. They have some of them are for young, unmarried maidens rested. They are colored silver, blue, resembling the mountain mist. Mist means fog. Others are pink, light red in color, akin to tender flower buds blooming near a woodland stream. There are also some green colored bangles glowing fresh and pure newborn leaves. These represent the fact that in society, in Indian society, different colored bangles are worn by women in different fields of their life. I hope that you are getting me. So next stanza is, some are like field of sunlit corn, meet for a bride on her bridal morn. Some like the flame of her marriage fire, or rich with the hue of her heart's desire, tinkling, luminous, tender and clear, like her bridal laughter and bridal tear. In the third stanza, the sellers point to the bangles are colored like fields of sunlit corn. They are fit for grown woman on her bridal morning. Others are bright red, just like the flame of marriage fire. Flame of marriage fire, it means Agni. Hindu ceremony में होता है ये. So, these indicate her heart's desire and passion for her new life as a bride and wife. Okay. Next stanza is, some are purple and gold flecked grey, for she who has journeyed through life midway, whose hands have cherished, whose love has blessed, and cradled fair son on her faithful breast, and serves her household in fruitful pride, and worships the gods at her husband's side. In the final stanza, the bangle sellers talk about bangles that are purple, gold flecked grey. Gold flecked means supported with golden dots. Gold flecked. It means supported with golden dots. Okay. So that are purple, gold flecked grey. These are perfect for middle-aged women who have journeyed through life and raised their children and family, who have brought up their children and family. These women have fulfilled their household duties with pride and showed devotion to their God with sincere prayers alongside their husbands. The poet exalted the qualities of a good wife and mother. Okay? So, that was all about the poem. Now, in this poem, here are some similes and metaphor. Here are some similes and metaphor. You know that? What are similes and metaphor? These are the two different terms. Similes and metaphor. Okay. So, first of all, I will tell you what is simile. What is simile? Simile is a figure of speech where one thing is directly compared to another using prepositions like as and like. Simile is a figure of speech where one thing is directly compared to one thing is directly compared to another using preposition like as and like. Okay, so note it down. Simile is a figure of speech where one thing is directly compared to another using preposition like as and like. So, in the poem, the similes are mountain mist, newborn leaves, sunlit corn, and flame of fire. Okay. So, what is simile? Simile is a figure of speech where one thing is directly compared to another using prepositions like as and like. So, different similes used in the poem are mountain mist, newborn leaves, sunlit corn, and flame of fire. Now come to the metaphor. What is metaphor? It's an indirect comparison. Here it is direct comparison. And in the metaphor, it is an indirect comparison. Metaphor is an indirect comparison. Comparison of two different things where there is a point of similarity. There is a point of similarity. So what is metaphor? It is an indirect comparison of two different things where there is a point of similarity. So the metaphor, use it in the poem are rainbow tinted circles of light, circles of light. Okay, that is all about the poem. But do remember what is simile and what is metaphor, and also note down this which I have wrote on the blackboard. So that's all for today. Inshallah, we will meet in the next lecture. Till then, Allah Hafiz. Stay home, stay safe.